Yes, we're gonna do it half an hour. We're gonna get out of here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You see my boo in the background? The amazing co-host. We do well together. You guys are tuned into Coffee and Conversations, where we meet here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to, I guess, catch up, refill, reflect, laugh.
See what's going on, girl. What's
that
going on in the streets, in this world? What's the topic? What y'all doing on Friday?
Girl, we wish it was Friday.
It just seemed like
it does feel like a Friday. It is a Monday. To God be the glory that a Monday feels like a Friday.
You don't even know.
You know you are blessed and highly. You don't know what day it is.
Blessed and highly favored.
For a Monday to feel like a Friday, I tell you. This is going to be the beginning to a very different week for me. The boys are going on vacay with their Auntie Ty and Uncle John. Okay, they Audi 5000, honey. Josh got some basketball competitions in Florida this week, and so they're making a week of it. And so, honey, they about to have them a good old time. Good old week. God knows they deserve it. Let me tell you something. My boys, those twins, ended the year out with, I didn't realize they had so many classes. It was like 9 classes on that sucker. They're in middle school, but I guess they do the split, but then they have their finals, right? Mm-hmm. So it was like, about 9 of them. Mm-hmm. And Wayvon got all A's, so that would be about 7 A's and 2 B's.
What?
And he was so crunk because Big Man got 6 A's and 3 B's.
And they be going back and forth.
He beat him on the A's. And even the B's were like 89. Like it's like y'all could have gave them the point. Give them the point. Come on now. So they always
they work for that. Yeah, give them the point. Just because of their face.
So then they are all of their EOGs. They got Big Man, Rayvon got 2 4s, and Big Man got a 5 and a 4. And surprisingly, Big Man got his 5 in math, even though Rayvon loved math more. And Big Man more so math? Rayvon loved math. He just loved money.
Oh yeah. What am I thinking?
Yeah, Rayvon is
the treasurer.
Yes, he is the treasurer. So when we have events, he got the cashier, honey. He ain't playing. He ain't playing, honey. And I don't care if you his mother, brother, sister, uncle, cousin. If you owe him $1, honey, he ain't gonna forget it. And you're gonna be paying him his $1.
Don't even matter.
He is the treasurer, honey. He has no respect to purses, honey. He in the Jesus
spirit. Titles don't matter. Give me
my
money.
Mama, whatever. Now you should ask. Don't ask for no loan if you don't want to give it.
Promissory note.
I remember when Essence first started working because they'll get their birthday money and then they started doing like cutting grass here and there, but they would store. And Rayvon is different too. Like even when I was selling my T-shirts for the first time before I even was putting it out there, when I got when I got like 50 of them, you remember the ones that was just like in the paint when she actually painted them on? Mm-hmm. With the model on the back. Mm-hmm. Good morning, Facebook user. I don't know who you are, but good morning to you. You're probably in a private group. So when you're in a private group, this is how it looks.
Yes.
They respect your privacy. So you're either in Survivor the Survivor group or Perspective with the Paulins group. It could be any kind of group that's private. But but I see you. Good morning to you. But yes. What was I about to say? Oh, but when I would be selling in the very beginning, that's about 2016 when I first started. I think in 2016 was when I first got them shirts. After I got my logo, I was crunk. Mm-hmm. The reason why I see my logo everywhere, because the minute I have been waiting for somebody to create this logo for me for at least years, right? I had a whole play. I had all them sayings, and I was like, I'm not bringing it out because ain't nobody gonna steal my stuff because I know how y'all people do now. So I'm copyrighted, right? Mm-hmm. So I had to make sure my R was active. Okay, but
it's that R.
But trying to find somebody who can capture the essence of what I Choose Me was. And that's so crazy that we lead it into this, because we're not going to be on here long. We got to be out of here by 9:40. But the good thing about that's leading up to it is making me think about, what was I about to say? What was it making me think about? It just slipped out of my mind. Just fell right out. But I will say that the most exciting part, what I was going to say about Ray is he's always promoting, right? So when I first was coming out with the t-shirt, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. And I was just looking for somebody to capture the idea with the woman looking in the mirror and the image and all of that. And then shout out to Kevin. Oh my God. Pink Pig Production. I think that's still what they call. Yeah, he's got so many lines. F your brand. But the thing that I love the most about it was how it captured the essence of self-love. And actually, I think, that's what I did the topic of, because I figured it's an easy one to get through real quick. And we could cut it short with a million things unsaid, is the power of self-love. Right. Yeah. And so when with the I Choose Me and just all of those things what Ray Vaughn did, though, when I was thinking about Ray Vaughn, is that when people came and I first had the t-shirt, and I wasn't even, I'm not the seller. I'm just, when I'm at my events, then I'm in sale mode. But when I'm here and I'm doing here, so I'm in whatever mode I'm in, I'll be had in it. And Ray Vaughn's like, you got my mom a t-shirt? And these are straight dudes, right? You got a t-shirt? And he was like, you got a girl? And he was like, yeah, I got a girl. He said, oh, well, then your girl need a t-shirt. You make sure. So I would give him a cut, because he'd be selling. So it was so funny, because even after he had bought the t-shirt, him and his girl was going on vacation. And the motto was on the back and the logo was in the front. This when it was first coming out, right? And so they called me from vacation to find out about the brand, because everybody was stopping them when she was online. And a woman loved to be stopped when they put on something.
Get some compliments.
But you know what I'm saying? It lets you know that what I was feeling and what you are seeing is touching and agreeing, that part. So it gives you that, that extra fall. But it definitely reminded me of that. But that, I'm just saying, the boys are just, I said all that to say, I'm just so proud of them and happy, especially when you have young men with locks, who people be already assuming, like when they go to school, the way they are so just
mannered.
But the way the teachers respond is almost like they didn't expect them to be these. You see what I'm saying? And that's the part that I pay attention to more. The fact that it's like, oh my God, they are. And I'm like, well, what was the assumption, right? But I mean, you're just grateful of all of that. So but it's like, oh my God, they are so disciplined, such sweet, such humble, such all these different things. And they're new to the school, and they ended up doing all of the things. Literally when I was out of town, the twins was doing the live morning. So in their school, they all do assembly on the TV, and this is when they were still in the elementary. And both of them would read all the news on the camera, so they would actually take them and they would be watching them on the TVs. And I was like, see how it's in your CNA. So for all them years when they would jump in my I Choose Me, and I got some good old ones, like when Big Man would get up and Ray Vaughn, they would be they get the message, because of course they have grown up in the message of self-love. Hello, Ortel, good morning to you.
Good morning, lady.
I'm chirping. Ooh, and thank you for sharing. Sharing is caring, honey. Sharing is caring.
To you, honey.
And today we're just talking about the power of self-love and what that looks like. I hope you guys caught my I Choose Me Healing Ministry Sabbath service that just passed at 7 p.m. So if you missed it in live, that's okay. It is still on YouTube and is also on Facebook, on all the platforms, and you can go back and catch it. But let me tell you something. God is doing a move, because I could feel it all shut up in my bones. And I know that we are definitely in the healing season, which is why the power of self-love is so necessary. It's so necessary, because I think it's why so many people have so many different opinions, and why everybody is trying to fix the unfixable. right? I mean, once you fix one thing, is another thing. I mean,
Right.
so nothing becomes perfect. And what we have to understand is the flesh is imperfect. It is the thing that gains us our the grace for the space, right? So the flesh is operating in an unperfect manner, right? But the soul, the spirit, and that God piece is what's so perfect. So the power of understanding that you're perfect just the way you are. I think the biggest thing is that people would tell us for so many years,
okay with who you are.
but they would tell us for so many years, oh,
How
you know, there's no
imperfect
such thing
you
as
are.
perfect. You're not perfect. Nothing's perfect. And you know what I used to say since 2016? I hate when people say that, only because if you are one of a kind, that means there is nothing to compare yourself to, then that is the idea of perfection, right? And so while the flesh is imperfect, that God piece that God gave us is perfect.
Imperfect ways.
Huh?
You are perfect, but you can have imperfect ways.
Right, because the imperfect flesh leads you
Correct.
to the perfect assignment.
Right.
The imperfect understanding leads you to the perfect clarity, right? So my body is wounded. That's survivor to survivor.
Correct.
So survivor meaning I went through some things that I probably have some scars. I probably have some, you know, some misunderstandings.
Yes. You're gonna correct.
That's my tainted. My water been tainted. Because that's the trauma in me. I'm 70% water. It holds memory. And so I've been tainted. Which in that tainted is hard for you to see the beauty in the process. And so the power of self-love is understanding God in its entirety and realizing to understand that you are perfectly, wonderfully made with the assignment in line. It allows you to tap into the power of you without comparing, right? My t-shirt that's about to come out is comparison is the thief to gratefulness. And in every moment we compare, that is why we're always trying to level up to a new perfect us, right? I gotta have a perfect body. I have to have a perfect relationship. I have to have a perfect house. I have to have perfect kids. Nobody wants to process to the promise. You just think that everything was microwavable, right? And so it's really understanding that the power of self-love is accepting the flesh's imperfection in order to achieve the perfect assignment that's on your life, right? And so it's like when I see myself as enough, then I stop allowing what I went through to take away from my beauty. I allow it to add to me, right? And that's my power, because my power is loving me when nobody else does. My power is seeing me like God sees me when nobody else does. My power is thinking that I can do the unbelievable, the impossible, as they say, I'm possible. It means that there is something greater in me. They say greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. So that is the power of self-love, is to find myself worthy enough to get up, to find myself perfect enough to get over that imperfect thing and still see myself beautiful, still see myself amazing, and still see myself able, because what power is a source. And so because somebody is always looking at you and you're the evidence for God. I know my teacher that said, don't throw my past in my face because I've been working undercover for God. That is how we walk through the solutions.
On the shirt. I'm telling you, her clothing line is badass.
See, I'm so excited that we gotta. I'm just like, we gotta just start taking pictures.
I was just washing clothes and I got two of your tank tops.
Oh, for real?
I was like, we can't. I gotta put them inside out.
You gotta hang them up. Yes, honey. They are precious.
Girl,
they are precious. So you just gotta toss them and hang them.
You gotta handle them with care.
Right. Look at my shirt I have on right now. We got to really see.
We gotta really be checking her out.
Black woman on Zoe. Holla at your girl.
Yes, we are.
Not to say that white women aren't, or Chinese women aren't, or Spanish women aren't, but you know, I'm repping for my city right now. Repping for your city.
For my melanin right now. Melanin.
Yeah, I love it. Repping for my melanin. I love that. Because I mean, somebody gotta Somebody have to.
Asian people saying Asian women are dope. I'll be like, all right now, I ain't mad at
No,
you.
I'm gonna change all the names with my money, but I could do that many. Yes, honey. I'm for all women.
Come on,
I'm for all people. I'm for healing.
For the human race, like as a human being. Like, come on,
because
y'all.
when you wear I Choose Me, you're really wearing yourself. It is the faith walk. You hear me? A faith walk.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I say. Wear something that means something.
Oh, I said,
change your mindset from impossible.
Oh, look, and you on it.
Look what I just threw on this.
I'm just saying.
Oh, we on it. Y'all better start wearing something that's saying something. So
that you could be being something.
Becoming something.
Oh,
say it with your chest.
Oh, guess what I was saying?
Say it with your chest.
You know what God gave me yesterday for the Sabbath service?
What?
I was like, okay, so now it's the SOS service. You know, SOS. You know what that means? I mean,
someone
hello.
Save me.
Save me.
It's
a healing ministry. And there's some saving. So the SOS stands for Sabbath Overflow Service. Because the Sabbath is the day that you fill up on being enough. So when you come to the service, it is about the Sabbath overflow service, right? So that you can have a refill, a full container to take you the next 6 days, and then you can come back. Because of what we do is we take care of every other inanimate object that takes us nowhere, brings us nowhere closer to destiny. It just serves our desires.
And it was a good
not
word,
our
y'all.
requires now, right? It serves what we desire, not what is required.
Yeah.
And so is a difference. So the requirement can get very, very hard.
Very hard.
So imagine
to get through it.
Come on, Kia. How was that refill to you?
It was a good word, honey. I went and picked the word, and why I went to Job 42.
And why did she go to Job 42?
Job, out of all of them, honey.
Hello, boo. Good morning. Back to waking up early again. We miss you too, boo.
Girl, where you been?
Hey, and thank you for sharing as always. I appreciate
Sharing
it.
is caring, like Precious said.
Mm-hmm. But
honey, that Job 42.
Oh my God! Why did
y'all got to be tuned in? Y'all got to come out with your lawn chair.
It was such a beautiful breeze.
It was such a beautiful breeze. I said, "Oh yeah, this that time right here," because that breeze was just coming in and out, just feeling good. I felt like Take on a Take. You should have brought.
I should have.
Oh, but you got the other one now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like his little.
They would have been running around. It was so calm. I do not take much of the time, but I definitely
It was nice, short, and quick. And y'all know, Precious could get going.
Yeah.
So I was shocked. I was like, okay.
Yeah. I'm giving you a 20-minute word. I'm about to hear now.
But you know what? That was all
enough.
you needed. Yeah. And it was good.
It was
I was like, oh
point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
God will listen. I'd be like, trust it.
And it's such a good message. Oh yeah, I can't wait for next Saturday. Next Saturday, 7 o'clock. Is it 4900?
Are she ready for
Good Drive?
To you, the birds are chirping. Ooh, 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 good morning to you. Yeah.
Look, she got the ooh, 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 ooh. I can't wait you. I know that's right.
But yes, I am just saying, like, so it is so good. So it's considered now SOS service. So Sabbath Overflow service. So that every Saturday at 7 p.m. I can give everything the enemy stole, the people who love you took unconsciously, the responsibilities that are on you that allow you to pour, and then you're running on empty and you can't understand why. It's like the refill station, which is more deeper where I can get into personal. Those are Mondays. So you want to sign up. I'm gonna start promoting it more because we are going into this healing season. So I need it to be an active breakdown of mindset, right? Because God says to renew your mind daily. So I shall be daily renewing a mind in a different area. And when it gets deep and personal. That's why on the refill station on the Zoom, which is private, but it's a group private, right? And so it goes from suffering in silence to secret healing. And then while you're there, when you grow enough to open up and release your story and be able to climb out of that pain and into your power through the constant reminder of your glory, your story, your just who you are, right? And taking the time to celebrate you, to let go of the things that you cannot change, right? Love every trial so that you can get over, right? Let go, right? And so it's really teaching us to accept our life story and stop having disdain against what it required for you to be who you are. You have to accept that it was a requirement. The Maker knows what he's doing. The Maker knows where you're going. He knows what's possible for you. But until you know it's possible for you, you ain't going nowhere.
Right.
And you're not doing anything. And so it's really being consistently. How often do you fill up that car? How often do you fill up somebody else when they call you on the phone?
Every time it run on empty.
Come on now. And first of all, what grade? Because for the refill station, it's only $25. You can fill you up for $25.
If I got to put 93 in the vehicle, I got to put 93 into me. How the hell I'm putting 93 in the machine and I'm putting 87 daily into me? What the heck is going on?
That part.
I'm putting more premium in the car than into me. That ain't gonna work.
Period.
Ain't that crazy?
How you fueling yourself, right?
How you fueling yourself?
Period. I'm trying to think. I know we had a
wow.
What was that message?
Whoa.
Oh, it actually was. Are you 93 or?
You had a good one.
Yeah. I got a message for everything. To God be the glory. Because I always say life imitates spirit. So if I'm in a moment, it's like, yes, honey. Because how often do we put the wrong stuff in us, expecting us to go? Because yes, I spoke about the story of when Chef Ron got that, when we got that first Benz, when Essence was little, like maybe like 2 or 3. And it only took a certain type of gas. And I think that he was rushing in the morning and Essence was in the back fussing. And when he went and paid, but when he hit it, he just hit the wrong button when he's used to hitting. And when he finished filling that car up, the car wouldn't even start up. We had to tow the car. I had to clean out that whole, take all of that out to save it. Ooh. Because he wasn't paying attention for a second. But it just goes to show how many times are we distracted, allowing anything to be poured into us. Ooh. And wondering why we ain't going nowhere. Where you investing? What are you putting in you to amplify the power of self-love? Because when I love me, I treat myself something special.
Because when you get the when you get the right stuff, when you get the right stuff poured into you, you get flying like you a bird. You feel like there's nothing you can't do. You're unstoppable.
You're unstoppable when you have the right premium gas
poured into you, honey.
Make me think about Song Girl.
Honey,
you for your flight. We're gonna sing our song today, y'all.
Oh yes.
Work it.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna sing our song today. I'll choose the anthem. Since we gotta get out of here.
Y'all gonna learn this song. It is dope.
By 9:40, we gotta get out of here. Y'all got 30 minutes.
It's dope, y'all.
It's dope.
And it's a vibe. Y'all gonna be vibing. So, and it's a good song. Y'all gonna learn.
Y'all gonna learn it. And since today, and we, like I said, we're about to close down. We're going out. 30 minutes. We might be down to 30 minutes. It's nice, quick, cute. Catch the replay. But today is the power of self-love. And like I said, after just listening to God and being obedient and and operating in my assignment, which is the core of what I represent, what I choose me, hashtag no more excuses is all about. It goes down to the scripture that speaks on the second of all the powerful commandment to love thy neighbor as you first love thyself. And so I often say that God could have simply said, love your neighbor. He already said, love him with all your heart, soul, and mind, right? So that's a whole, that's your whole being. Oh, good God. Come on.
Man.
Yeah, it's on you. It's on you. That's your whole being. And so when you're speaking about loving, God telling you to love your neighbor, he said, in the way you love you.
That's right.
And so many times we get so cruel, so extra with making sure that we show up for every single person that is attached to us. But then we forget about the most special person that's attached in you, right? And that is that part. That is you. That is the part that shows up every day. That is the part that gets to love somebody because you first learned on you. That's why God wants you to remember from whence you came. All this, sometimes we get saved and we get into alignment and then we go through that, long time memory loss, and we forgot from whence we came. And so when we suffer, when we suffer that long-term memory, because I won't say short-term, right? Because short-term, you just remembering where you're at, but you ain't remembering. Long-term is remembering how you got there, which is why it's so important for us to be real with how we got there. And then it's easier for us to be empathetic with our neighbor because I first love me. I love me through my imperfection. I love me through my pain. I love me through those insecurities. I love me through those betrayals. I love me through all of those moments that brought me to this place right here, brought you to this place right here. And it really starts with the power of self-love, being connected to the source first in order to love you so that you can love them. You see, in that order, connect to God. In that order, you connect to God, then you love you the way you should love you because you love you like God tells you. Right? Because he's like, oh my God, my precious child, what would I do without you? I put you on a special assignment. You are my special agent. What? You can do what nobody else can do. And you know you are a special agent.
We are special agent.
And you know why he know?
Because I'm on a mission.
Because he's seen where you've been. He's seen what you had to get up from. He know your superpower. He's like, hello, special agent Kristen.
We are on a
special agent, Pauline. I know you've been hurt. Can you heal the hurt?
Have you completed? And that's what he gonna say to
Come
you
on
when you
now.
cross them gates. He gonna be like, agent, have you completed the assignment I gave you on earth? Honey,
honey, because you can't help but get hyped when you talk about God and the power of self-love.
When it makes sense, come together like, girl,
honey, there's a healing that's going to take place.
We are special agents on earth, God pieces, on assignment. Oh, Lord.
Look at Melissa in the bug too. Love grows everything, so love yourself first.
Hashtag no more excuses. 2020.
Me, honey. Period.
Girl.
I love it. That's where we at.
Come on now.
Okay, let's sing this song. Y'all ready?
Y'all ready?
It's I Choose Me, hashtag no more excuses anthem.
It's the anthem, y'all.
The anthem, y'all. So come on, get in the beat. Have you ever found out just where you could be? Ever took the time to discover what lies inside thee? All the treasures you were born with, the world needs to see. It will give you the courage to dare to just be. I choose me. No more excuses. I choose me. I'm enough. I choose me. More than worthy. I choose me. I own my stuff. I choose me. Did we do it twice?
Oh, no.
No more excuses. I choose me.
I'm enough. I choose me. More than worthy. I choose me. I own my stuff.
Have you ever loved yourself more than you can stand? Ever took the time to walk?
Say what?
On uncharted land because you knew what you offered was one of a kind. If you never bring your gift, then what would we find? I choose me. No more excuses. I choose me. I'm enough. I choose me. More than worthy. I choose me. I own my stuff.
Have you ever dreamed that life?
Come on now.
Would only bring joy, only to discover that the pain brings you more of those questions.
Come on now, Kia.
To what makes me great when I learn to digest the good and bad on my plate.
I choose me. No more excuses. I choose me. I'm enough. I choose me. More than worthy. I choose me. I own myself. The secret is knowing that through all these things, after pain comes triumph. When you stay in your lane, you realize the lessons were blessings on the journey to you, because your purpose was found in the things you went through. I choose me. No more excuses. I choose me. I'm enough. I choose me. More than worthy. I choose me. I own my stuff. The gift is your story, and it's the shape of your mold.
When you reach your purpose, a message of inspiration is told. Love grows everything, and all that you do. In order to give it out, it must first be in you.
Come on now.
Your dreams will be fulfilled when you choose to walk in your light, and the love that's inside will be the fuel for your flight. I choose me. No more excuses. I choose me. I'm enough. I choose me. More than worthy. I choose me. I own my stuff.
Come on now, y'all.
Come
Did y'all
on
hear that?
now.
No excuses.
Y'all gotta get
you.
this anthem going.
Oh my God. This anthem is going to be
Man,
staying
listen. It's
at
gonna
the
be in
next
your
Essence
head.
Fest.
It's gonna be in your head. You're gonna be in the house talking about, I choose me. No more.
Imagine if you
excuses.
sang
I
that
choose
song to
me.
yourself every day in the mirror. Where would you be?
I'm enough. Come on now. That
Where
is
would you
some
be?
affirmation for your ass. I'ma say it for your ass.
You know?
Because when you say those words and you walking around, I used to wake up singing that anthem. Remember, I used to be like, girl, why is this song in my head? When you going through stuff, you sing that damn song. And I'm telling you, your confidence and everything will just boost. It'll be the fuel for your flight because you got somewhere to go.
That part.
You are going somewhere. We're not staying stagnant. We got places to go. We got assignments to be on and achieve, special agents.
And people to serve, honey.
And impact.
And impact.
We got lives to change.
Impact. I'm the pack. I'm the agreement, heaven and pack with earth. And look what I open up to. We open up to perseverance.
Come on now.
Because perseverance is the only thing that leads you to the power of self-love for the assignment that you have, right? So it says, in a race, all the runners run, but only one gets the prize. You know that, don't you? So run in a way that will get you the prize. 1 Corinthians 9:24-25. I have tried hard to find you. Don't let me wander from your commands. Psalms 119:10. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Freedom after insight to higher self. 2 Timothy 4:7. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up.
Girl, shut up.
Galatians 6:9. God, show me where I can be of use and fill me with an energy that doesn't fade, even when met with aching muscles, competing desires, and ungrateful recipients. I know you are there in the midst of it all, and I don't want to miss an opportunity to meet with you. Help me to persevere in all you have called me to. What do you feel God is calling you to persevere in right now? Come on,
girl.
man.
God, you is something else. You is something.
I got the chills.
else.
I got the chills.
Girl, you know how your chest be pressing in like that whole fucking word, and it's crazy because I felt like we had that before, but it ain't say like that. It ain't say that.
Nope. Because the right words at the right time heals the multitudes. They said when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. It's time to heal these mindsets, y'all. It's time to heal these souls, and it's time to understand the power of the word and the power of self-love. When you love you, oh my God, how God can work through you.
That part. Let's get these cards.
And let's get on up out of here.
Let's get on up out of here. Get these cards. Let's get these IMs. Let's get these IMs. Go on the link. Make sure y'all get Precious books, poems, cards, everything. Get y'all some bling. You name it.
I'm going to be doing some updating tomorrow on my site. So I'm going to be posting the bags. People are calling me like, oh, I saw this one with a bag. I want to buy a bag. I said, okay, I need to take pictures of the bag and then just put them on like your shoes and so
okay, yeah.
So I could do that with you. We could do that. So, but this is my Sabbath, so it won't be today. But we're gonna do it tomorrow. Okay.
Y'all ready?
Ready, set. Ooh, I am victorious and I am sufficient to persevere. Enough. Remember, the thing is, I choose me. # no more excuses because I was born enough. Right? We were born enough
to carry out the assignment.
And victorious.
And I will be victorious doing it.
Right? Because he said, victory is mine. Victory is mine. Victory today is mine. So that's why you got to know that greater is he than that is in me than he that is in the world. Which means that when you are victorious and you know that you are sufficient because he dwells in you, then guess what you can become? You can become the power of self-love because God said the greatest of this is love. So when you love you, you are in the closest relationship with God. When you are loving others, you're even closer to him, right? Because in that loving, they are broken down. They become. I just watched a movie yesterday that I ain't going to get into it, but we're going to talk about it Wednesday on Netflix. Powerful. But I realized that in the love breaks you down. Love grows everything. Period. So be victoriously sufficient by persevering.
Pinnacle of a love. Yeah, it breaks you down.
So this has been an amazing 40-minute session.
Coffee and conversation. We ain't gonna give it no time. We ain't gonna give it no time.
We're not gonna give it no time.
This has been a wonderful coffee and conversation. Ain't no certain times. We be all 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour and a half.
It depends on the day.
Time. We ain't got no time. Honey. We doing coffee and conversations. When the
so God said 40 years, 40 days, 40 nights, 40 years.
Yeah.
You in the wilderness. He here with
that
you.
20-minute word on Saturday. Go watch the replay.
Oh, you gotta go watch the replay. It don't take a
time. It's whenever it starts and ends.
That's God. So without further ado, remember, it is a relay race and somebody is relying on you to turn your heartbeat into a soul beat in order to leave your soul print. Because the fingerprint tells us what you got wrong in this world. But the soul print, it tells us what you got right. And what God got right is you. So remember, we don't compete. Oh, no. We complete. And the difference between those two words is an L. Remember, and L stands for love, and love grows everything. So always remember, you can never turn on anybody else's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So stay lit in this world so somebody can find their way out of the darkness. It is your responsibility. Remember, that's the ability of measurement in which you can respond. So tap into your power of self-love. Be evident of who you are, where you are. Persevere in a victorious way. What was our last one?
Yes.
Victorious, and what was the other one?
Sufficient.
Sufficient. Stay sufficient.
Stay sufficient.
Know that you were born enough. You may not be sufficient for where you're going, but you are definitely sufficient for where you are today, because that's how perfect God is. He doesn't leave you need and want it. Your desires is in a place that hasn't even become. So when we are worrying about tomorrow, we are living in a space of audacity. If in the same breath, tomorrow is not promise. Okay? And so let's release the audacity to worry about a day that is not promised to us, and learn to enjoy the gift of being present right now. Right now.
Every second is precious.
It's precious, right?
Yeah.
So remember, you've been tuned in to Coffee and Conversations. So don't forget to wake up and make today count.
Y'all enjoy y'all
We
day.
love you guys. Have an amazing Monday.
And we will see y'all on Wednesday.
Yes, we
Hump
will.
Wednesday. Have a good one.
Have a good one. Bye-bye. Remember, love grows everything. So love yourself first.